Yeah, I'm waiting for the
I
questions in
hope
the
everything
chat.
is clear, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. So, yeah, if yesterday's session was clear, we'll start today's. So, I'll just share my screen. Yeah, our today's session is on applications and innovations in AI agents. So, what sort of applications that we can build using AI agents, and what are the future innovations when we start considering AI agents? Yeah. So, this is going to be our today's session's topic. And yeah, so the things that I'll be covering in the session would start from introducing AI agents. Firstly, I'll just get back to what we dealt in the first day and the second day. Second, we'll get deeper into the applications across different domains where AI agents are being applied or are being used in real time. And after them, I've got few case studies for you people. So few case studies where AI agents are being used, and in that case study, I'll just explain everything, like let's say from where the agent is actually working or how is it being implemented. And for the fourth part of the session, we have innovations. We have innovations which we can create, and also few student projects that you can give it to your students, or there are also few research grade projects where you can make them on your own.
Harsha, sir.
Clear.
What a,
So, sir, I think your internet is
yeah, ma'am,
slow.
I've got a power cut
Your
at my
net.
place, so
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
so I'll until the power comes back, uh, I'll continue on my mobile hotspot for a while. So in the
Okay.
meanwhile, I'll just continue where I paused. So in this session, we are going to cover innovations using AI agents and student projects or associate projects which we can make. And in the fifth part, also be telling how we are going to teach and how we are going to integrate AI agents as it was, or let's say anything that we did yesterday. How do we actually teach them to students, or how do we actually make them? And
Any failures, sir?
at last, just look what at the last, we'll just look at how future is going to be using AI. Yeah. So
Hello, brother.
first, I'll just bring out.
Where did you put that, sir?
Do I, do you have any questions?
Hello,
Easy.
sir. If you have any doubts, you please switch on your mics. Otherwise, please check your mics so that there will not be any disturbance for the speaker. Please, all of you, please check your mics. If you have any doubts, you can talk to him. Thank you for your understanding, please. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So we'll start a session. Firstly, I'll just brief out again what an AI agent is. So, as for the definition, an autonomous system that perceives, reasons, acts, and learns is what an AI agent is. Yeah. So it has a certain goals that it has to achieve, and it works in dynamic environments. It does not work in static environments or rule-based environments. It works in real-time dynamic environments. So the things that we have to make out, or the things which we have to consider when we are dealing with AI agents is, sorry, they have some kernel's perception. So perception is nothing but the ability to sense what's in or what's around it. Yeah, what's in its environment or what's around it. So The next one is they have an ability of reasoning. They have an ability of reasoning, which helps them in making their own decisions. Yeah, it helps in making their own decisions. And at last, once they perceive and once they make a decision, they act on it. So action is part where they start executing the tasks that they have been assigned or that they have been made for. Yeah. After that, once they're done with the perceiving, reasoning, and action loop, they get into a loop called as learning. So the learning loop helps them. The learning loop helps them to improve their performance, not to not repeat the mistakes that they were doing, or in order to improve their performance, they learn. The agents, they learn. So these are the principles of the AI agent or agentic AI, and the definition is on the top left. If you're clear with this, we'll just move forward. Isn't my voice clear yet? Uh, Miss B Swapna, am I not audible right now? If you're still facing a voice issue from my side, please ping on chat so that I'll just see the lead. Screen, I hope screen is visible now. I'm back. I hope my screen is visible now. Yes. And I just hope that even my video is back. If everything's great, if my screen
Yes,
is
sir. We can
visible,
see the principles of agentic AI.
yeah, ma'am. So I'll just resume
Yeah,
back
your
where I
voice is,
stopped.
yeah, so your voice is clear, sir. You can continue, sir.
So sorry for the disturbance, everyone. So firstly, we just dealt with what an agent is and what are the principles of agentic AI. Now, all fine. Thank you. So next, we'll deal with something called as traditional AI versus AI agents. What is traditional AI and what are AI agents right now? So traditional AI systems, they have something called as fixed inputs and fixed outputs. So the inputs that we'll be giving are very fixed. Like let's say when we consider ChatGPT, its input is fixed to something called as a text or an image or an audio for now. And it does not take dynamic inputs. It does not take inputs like what's happening around it, in what room is the person sitting in, or what is the environment around him. It does not consider all of those. But when it comes to agentic AIs, they have something called as continuous perception. They know everything that's going on around them. They know each and everything that's going around them, and they know the person that they're talking to. They can take in multiple or dynamic inputs. So that's a primary difference between traditional AI and agentic AI. Yes. And the second point that we are supposed to discuss, or the most important point, is traditional AIs have something called as rule-based logic. So their rules are written. The rules are written way before they are created. And when it comes to AI agents or agentic AIs, they have something called as autonomous decision making. So they don't have any rules written. They make their own rules, they follow their own rules, they follow their own paths so that they achieve something called as their own decision making. Yes. Next one is traditional AIs have limited autonomy, which means they don't work on their own. They wait for some input, they wait for something like a stimuli which let them act. So ChatGPT does not search things on its own. Neither does Gemini, neither does Perplexity. You'll have to give some text input, or you'll have to do something called as a stimuli to start thinking or to start their own process of getting in data from their own database or sort of things. But when it comes to agentic AIs, they have something called as adaptive learning. So limited autonomy or limited autonomous thinking is countered by something called as adaptive learning. They learn things on their own. They know when to start, they know how to go, or they know where to stop. So this is the main difference between traditional AI and agentic AIs. And when it comes to traditional AI, they have something called a static deployment. You can't deploy them anywhere. Let's say you can't just get ChatGPT's transformer model and put it in your own house. Yes, it needs something called as a big data center or a huge computing unit or a processing unit which can host it so that you can easily use it. So each and every chat GPT, this thing, prompt that you're giving, or each and every chat that you're using is not hosted on your own environment or is not hosted on your own computer. You're using it via cloud. You're using it via their own cloud deployed version. But when it comes to AI agents, when it comes to AI agents like the agent that we built yesterday, Flowise agent, it is not hosted somewhere. It is not hosted somewhere, let's say it's not hosted in US or it's not hosted in somewhere around Mumbai. You are building it right on your computer. Yes, we built it on cloud, but yeah, you can build it on your own environment. That's the reason why I asked you people to download Node.js. But as it was not feasible for everyone to download Node.js and start working on your own environment, we just switched to something called as cloud. So you- that is the main difference. You can create an AI agent on your own environment or on your own computer and run it. And it is capable of working on dynamic environment. It is capable of working on dynamic environment. So that's the main difference. And we have a question. We have a question, which is why AI agents matter today. Why do they matter to us? So they matter because we have an option of switching to LLMs. We have an option of switching to LLMs. So as you people might know already, what an LLM is. An LLM is a large language model that takes an input and gives outputs based on from its database or its knowledge base. So when it comes to integrating LLMs, we integrated an LLM yesterday. We integrated Mr. LLM into our AI agent. So they let us use something called as natural interaction. So you can just chat as if it's your friend, or you can just put something to it so that it can understand. So LLMs are capable of doing that. So that is the prime reason why we just put in that LLM into our AI agent yesterday. And AI agents matter because they have something called as automation. So when automation or autonomy comes in, they need very minimal human interaction. They don't really need a X person sitting right before them and asking them to do this task and next this and next this. We don't do that. We just build something called as a flow, or we just build something called as an environment. We build both of them and let the AI agent do its work. Yes. So that is why it matters today. Because none of us want to put more hours or none of us want to just do the hard work. We all want to do something called as a smart work. So when it comes to hard work versus smart work, any sane person would pick smart work. So that's the prime reason why we all are shifting towards AI agents. Yes, back when there's no chat GPT, we all used to refer to textbooks. We all used to refer to textbooks. And me as a developer, I used to refer to something called as Stack Overflow. So it's a website where I used to get all my solutions of any sort of errors that I used to get. But nowadays I'm not going back to Stack Overflow until unless it's some old technology. So until unless it's some old technology which ChatGPT does not know, I always prefer GPT. So it gives me everything that I need. So that is why it is making my job easier. Yes. So that is the prime reason why we developers have shifted from Stack Overflow or any static websites to AI agents. And it applies same for researchers or academicians like you people. So you don't need to read all the textbooks right now, or you don't need to just write down all the notes. ChatGPT does that for you. And they have something called as intelligence. That intelligence is used to make their own decisions. AI agents make their own decisions based on the intelligence that they have. And again, as we speak on the third day, Uh, yeah. Okay. So they make their own decisions based on the intelligence that they have. So when we just talked about learning agents, so learning agents build their intelligence from trial and error method, or let's say they remember everything from the mistakes that they made. So they build their own decisions or they build their own intelligence based on the experiences that they had. Yes. So what's the whole point of intelligence over here? This intelligence improves the outcome or improves the output through data-driven insights. So they are not some, let's say, hunch-based insights. They are not key. I have a gut feeling that this is going to be good, this is going to be bad. They don't work like that. They work based on data-driven insights. So their insights are always either stored in some intelligence space where, let's say, when we talked about Q learning, a Q learning agent has something called as a Q table. And RL agents, they have something called as a reward based method. Each and every agent, each and every agent has their own way of storing data or remembering things. And from that data or from that knowledge base, they make intelligent decisions. Are you clear with this? If you are clear with this, just uh, I'll just put a yep. Just type in the chat. Just type in the chat that we are clear with the topic. I'll just move forward. As yesterday, many of you had problems with coping up to the this thing. I just want to make sure that everyone is following. So we'll also have an interactive session. So as it's the last day, we'll have something called as an interactive session. I just want you people to just put in the chat key. I just understood this, that, or if there's anything, just put in the chat. Let's just make this as a discussion based class. Yes? Yeah, clear. Okay. So if I clear with that, we'll move to the next part where the main the whole point of this session is, which is application across different domains. So I've listed down four domains. I've listed down four major domains. So healthcare is a major domain where which needs AIs or which needs transformation. Multiple multiple people or multiple of us have faced problems when, let's say, we had a pandemic uh countly 4 years ago. Yeah, it started in 2022, or let's say it started in 2020. Yeah, so it's 6 years ago right now. Yeah, it's already been 6 years since Corona just broke out. And back when we had pandemic, we all needed healthcare like hell. We all needed healthcare like hell because everyone needed hospitals, everyone needed doctors. They needed someone to prescribe them medicines for cough and cold, because cough and cold were the major symptoms. So we faced problems because we didn't have someone who was able to just prescribe us our own medicines. And when it comes to education, so education is evolving a lot right now. Edutech is evolving a lot right now. So we'll just see where edutech has evolved. And smart systems. So smart systems, it's a whole domain where AI is being integrated right now. Yeah. So we just need to know how AI is being integrated into smart systems. And industry. Why we need to know about industry? We need to know about industry because all of the students that we teach, they all need to get into jobs. Yes, they all need to get into jobs. They all need to work somewhere like we do right now. So in order to do that, they need to know how a industry is moving. So knowing this part, we can just guide our students saying that AI has done this on this industry. So let's say if you want to get into what do you call data science industry, you need to know this, you need to know that. So we can just guide them. So this session is going to be something like that. Yeah. So firstly, healthcare. Healthcare is our main topic or the first topic. The first topic is healthcare. So what are the places, what are the domains or what are the places where AI has actually changed healthcare? So the first key application is clinical decision support. Yeah. So clinical decision support, I'll just give you few examples of clinical decision support. So we all have been dealing with something called as cancer prediction. Whenever we start core ML or whenever we are about to make projects on core ML, we import something called as a breast cancer data set. Yes. And we start working on it so that students will just understand that how an ML model will take inputs and will just predict if a person has a cancer or not. So these were clinical supports. Yes. So these clinical supports are now being replaced. The ML based clinical supports are being replaced by AI based clinical supports. So the clinical support that AI right now gives is based on the prediction. Sorry, based on the prescription, AI agents can just list out all the medicines that the patient might require. So a doctor might write few medicines. Let's say when it comes to fever, a doctor will always prescribe a paracetamol or Dolo 650. But an AI agent would always go back to its inventory, the inventory that it had, the medical shop inventory, and it will just list out all the possible tablets, or all the possible medications that a person can be given if he has fever. Yes. So these are the sort of supports that it can give. And they don't really prescribe anything. They don't really interact with the patient. That doctors use it for decision support. Let's say one of the patient had fever for 7 days straight. When it is fever for 7 days straight, it is no more a normal fever. It is some viral fever, or it is something that there is some virus, or there's something that is causing that fever. So in order to tackle that, doctors are right now using something called as healthcare bot, where they're just using it for helping the decisions. So that is a key application where AI is being used. And the next key application is patient monitoring and triage. So patient monitoring and triage. So firstly, before we talk about patient monitoring and triage, I just want to give you an example or give you a problem statement. Yeah, just give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah. Sorry for the disturbance. I had someone at the door. Sorry for the disturbance. So, so when it comes to patient monitoring, the whole problem over here is whenever there's this patient who's been admitted into a hospital, whenever there's this patient who's been admitted into hospital, he needs 24 by 7, what do you call, assistance. Yes, he needs 24 by 7 assistance, or he needs 24 by 7 supervision. Hospital staff are suffering a lot. Hospital nurses or staff are suffering a lot because they need to put in more clock hours. They need to put in more clock hours where they have to perceive or look at each and every patient, monitor them, what's happening, what is their ECG rate, what is their sugar level, what is their BP level. They just have to look at each and everything. Yes. So this is the problem. That problem is being dealt with. The problem is being dealt with by putting in AI agents, or it is not being really dealt with. They did not apply it yet, but there are methods. There are methods, not in India, but there are methods outside. There are methods outside in abroad or somewhere. So where, let's say, a hospital has put or has appointed an AI agent in order to just monitor everything. Let's say a patient on room number 12 is has been admitted for the last 2 days, and there is nothing wrong with him for the last 2 days. And on a fine evening night, or on a fine evening at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., they have something called as a sugar surge. They have an insulin surge or a sugar surge, and there's no nurse available at the time. What happens to him? It might be fatal to him. Yes. So in order to just eliminate these causes, in order to just eliminate these causes, they put an AI agent where it will just monitor all the levels of insulin, ECG, heart rate, and anything that he needs. And whenever there is this surge, or whenever there is drop or surge, it will just intimate to the main nurse or to the help desk where a person would be sitting right there. A person would be sitting right there, and whenever there is any anomaly, he'll just go and attend that patient and look what's needed. So this is how AI applications would help in patient monitoring. Yes. And when it comes to triage, so that's a fancy word. That's a fancy word that hospitals use. So the whole meaning of that fancy word is it is a way of assorting. It's a way of assorting patients. Let's say I have something called as an ear pain, or I have something called as a neck pain. A neck pain is very common because it's very common because we sleep on pillows. And I have a viral fever. I've got fever for the last 3 days. We'll just consider three cases. One, a neck pain. Second one is a viral fever. And third one is a person who has just met with accident and there is a lot of blood bleeding. So we'll just consider three of these examples where we'll see how triage is applied on them. So the person bleeding or the person who just met with an accident is the top priority and he'll be seen first. Yes, and he'll be put into emergency wards. And a person with common fever or viral fever, he'll be put into something called as general ward and or an outpatient. Yes, so he'll have less priority compared to the person who has met accident. And the person with neck pain will have way more less priority when it comes to when we compare him with the person with fever. So this is how triage helps or agentic triage will help hospitals to just assort each and every patient and attend based on the severity. So that's how AI agents are being used in triage. And the third point is medical data summarization. Medical data is a mess. Yep. So it's a mess. It's a mess in what sense? So when it comes to writing down patients, these things, what do you call prescriptions or conditions, all the test results or everything that we deal with, yes, they'll be stored on paper. They're stored on paper. And when in any case, if that paper is lost, in any case, if the paper is lost, you lose all your medical data. You lose all the conditions that were written, all the prescribed medicines. You lose everything, and that's a major problem that every one of us has faced in the last few years. Yes, from let's say right from 2000s until now, like 2020s, yeah, 2022. That's where what do you call it? Digital prescriptions have come in 2020 and 2022. From these times, digital prescriptions have come in, and these AI agents would help the hospitals to just sort between all the medical data of an ex person. Let's say, as my name is Harsha, I'll just go to some Yashwada hospital in Hyderabad. So whenever I go there, they don't really look up everything that's on me. Yeah, they'll just go search for my name, Harsha, and then my phone number. And the system that they use would just give me everything that I have. Would just give them all the data about me. What are the prescribed medicines? What was the last visit? What is this? What is that? It will just give everything. And it won't give as if, I mean, let's say it won't give pages of prescriptions. It will just summarize everything into one single page and give uh, what do you call a profile about me to the hospital. So that's how AI agents help in medical data summarization. And last, preventive and rural healthcare. Yes, so preventive and rural healthcare, we'll see how AI agents are helping in rural healthcare. Yes, so when it comes to rural healthcare, mm, let's say we all live at a place. We all live at a place, uh, a small remote village where all the shops, all the hospitals are shut down by 9 o'clock. That's how remote villages work. By 9 or 9:30, all the shops or all the medical these things are shut down. Everyone go to sleep very fast compared to all metropolitan cities. Villages are slow paced. So I had a problem like a cough or cold, which I've been dealing with the last 2 days. And at 11 a.m. Sorry, at 12 a.m. in the night, I just have a chronic problem, and I want to just go to hospital, and I won't have anyone, as the whole village is just put off, as everyone is sleeping. I won't have anyone to assist me. But yeah, let's say we have an AI agent which helps me in dealing with the situation. Let's say it will just say that these are the home remedies that you can just adopt for now, use them for now, and just go to sleep so that in the morning you can just go visit a hospital. So if it just helps me or assists me in getting off with the situation. So that is how AI agents can be used in rural healthcare. They can give accessible medical services. They can give accessible medical services 24/7. So these are few healthcare applications that we have to consider when it comes to integrating AI into real domains. Yes, I hope we are clear with healthcare applications. Are we? If you are clear, just type in the chat. Just type in the chat that, yeah, we're just clear. I'm waiting for your these things, chats. Just type in the chat that we are clear and sort of things. I'll just move forward. Yep, assuming that you people are clear, I'll just move forward. So the interesting part where AI is being used in education applications. Yeah. So we can also you call it as benefits of AI in education. Yes. So the first benefit that AI agent would give is personalized AI tutoring. Personalized AI tutoring. None of the students are right now studying from something called as textbooks. None of the BTech students are studying from textbooks. And whenever we provide them with notes, we provide them with notes, they don't really read all the notes. Yes, they start asking us for what are the important topics here? What are the important questions, ma'am? So please tell us the topics or questions that are important so that I can just read them alone. So they have just what do you call? They have adapted to something called as faster learning. Yes, and the problem that they'll be facing because of this is they won't be able to cope up with everything. They won't be able to cope up with each and every topic, and they'll have doubts. They'll have doubts which are important or which are supposed to be dealt with. But by the time that students need us, by the time that students need us, let's say we are not there. They're not in college. They're at their home, and they don't really call up to us and saying, sir, at this topic, I have a doubt. Can you please say? They don't really do that because they are shy. So for them, there is this option of personalized AI tutoring. Yes. So based on the user, let's say as I'm a researcher, as I'm a researcher, I want topics based on research. The bot that we built yesterday is very useful to me and is very useful to people like you who engage in research every time. Whenever you want to teach a new topic, whenever you have a new syllabus, whenever you have a new this thing, you just want to research more about it. So for people like you, the bot that we built yesterday would help a lot. But to students, they need something called as pinpoint question and answers, 1 marks, 2 marks, 5 marks, anything based on their paper pattern. So for them, based on their college, based on what they're learning, based on their learning pace, based on the way that they understand, based on the way that they perceive. So an AI agent can be customized for their own needs, and it can be customized by on their own. We don't need to do it for them. We don't need to do it for them. Based on the inputs that the user is giving, the AI will just learn about him. The AI will just understand and learn about the user, saying that this person wants to know about this. Next time, when he starts asking questions regarding a topic, I don't need to elaborate everything. I'll just give him side headings and bullet points so that I'll just save save him his time. So these are the things that AI would learn on its own. And this is the whole gist of personalized AI tutoring. Yes. And when it comes to correcting papers, correcting actual question papers, we all deal with a hard task of reading each and every line and just awarding marks to each and every paper. So that's a heavy task. Let us consider a class with 70 students, and a semester paper. And you have to correct a whole class's paper. 70 students. Each paper writes 20 pages, 20 pages on an average. 20 pages on an average. And that is 70 cross 20 is 140. Yes, sorry, 70 cross 20 is 1400. Yeah. So 1400 pages. And you have somewhere around 1 day or 2 days to read each and every line of a 1400-page book. Yeah, we'll consider all of these pages or papers into a book. You need to read each and every line of a paper in order to give marks to it. And in order to award exact marks, you need to know the gist of what they have written. So that's a very heavy task. That's a very hard task or a heavy task. So at this place or at this point, we can just appoint an AI agent. We can just appoint an AI agent where you just give an input. You just give a paper as an input, and based on the knowledge or based on the syllabus, it will just look at or read all the lines all together. It will just process the whole paper or the whole booklet in quite a few seconds. Let's say 1 second, 2 seconds. If your computational power is great, it'll just process in nanoseconds. So it'll just process everything and give you instant evaluation, so that you don't need to go through all the hard stuff. And you might get it out. You might get it out over here saying, let's say an AI can't really award marks. Like, let's say, based on the whole gist, it won't understand the whole gist. It'll just compare the answers. It'll just compare the result and check if it is good or not, same or not. Our learning agents don't do that. They learn from the patterns that student write. Yeah, they learn from the patterns, they learn from the mistakes that they generally make. They're not mistakes for the agent, they're mistakes for us. But for the agent, that's a way of learning that people also write like this. So I can award 2 marks for them. So as they have written a lot, I can just put 2 marks to their paper or 2 marks to their question. Yes. So that's how an AI agent would understand. It would try to mimic our own brain and give them minimal marks so that they'll be awarded marks based on what they write and how they write. Yes. So that is another use, or that is another application that AI agents are being applied or are being used in order to automate grading and feedback. Yes. And the third one is learning analytics. Yes, learning analytics. We all, few of us teach something called as data analytics or data visualization. And there are, I'm pretty sure there are professors or doctorates who are holding degrees and doctorates based on data analytics and data visualization, let's say big data things, all these things. So, and we all know the importance of analytics. So should the student. We all know the importance of analytics. So should the student. They should know how important analyzing the whole data or analyzing a whole semester's syllabus or a whole semester's subjects are. So an AI agent would help them to analyze. An AI agent would help them to analyze what it is, how it is, and how it is going to work. It will just give them in and outs of what the subject is, what are the outcomes, what are the things that you are supposed to learn, and why you are supposed to learn. Let's say when it comes to Java, a student has to learn Java because it is very important for them in Java DSA rounds. They need to know the basics of Java. They need to know the the DSA of Java. They need to know applications based on Java. So three of them together is something called as a Java subject in the curriculum. a Java subject in their curriculum. Whenever they search for Java, it will just give them all these three options. All these three options saying this is what you need, this is why you need, this is how you are supposed to do. Yeah. An AI agent would never leave something for free. It won't leave any topic for free. It'll just include everything, sum up everything, summarize everything, and give everything to students saying this is important because of this reason and because of and based on these two reasons, you're supposed to learn like this. Yeah. This is how an AI agent would help the students. I hope I'm clear. Am I? And the next part is AI teaching assistants. AI teaching assistants. So we all have a doubt. We all have a doubt that is there any point of time? Is there any point of time in our career where we get replaced by AI? We all have the doubt, right? And we won't be really replaced. We won't really be replaced, but it will make our jobs easier. It will make our jobs easier. We don't need to actually, let's say, what do you call, per se, a student has got a doubt in a simple topic of adding A plus B, writing a program based on A plus B. He can just learn, he can just learn about it from ChatGPT. ChatGPT will just clearly or cleanly explain him what is that and why is it happening. Yeah, what is that and why is it happening. He can either learn from there or he can learn from any agentic AI that is built so that it understands how the user works. Yes, how the user works. So we won't be replaced, but our jobs get easier because we'll be asked fewer doubts. We'll be asked to cover fewer topics because students already refer to something called as a personalized AI or personalized agentic AI, which knows them and which knows how they think, how they work. So putting this agentic AI, putting this agentic AI into an LMS, we all of our colleges have something called as learning management system. As our company, we deal with edutech. We also have a custom LMS. We have a custom LMS which has agentic AI in it. So we don't really do much of development, much of things in it. Our agentic AI does it for us. So that's how applications of agentic AI are being used in LMS. Yes, or education. I hope you're clear with this domain. I hope you're clear with something called as education applications, applications based on education. If you're clear with that, I'll start smart systems and IoT applications. Please reply in the chat if you're clear with both of these topics. One, healthcare applications, two, education applications. So if you're clear with this, we'll just move. We'll just move forward to the core part, which is smart systems and IoT applications. Yeah, I'm waiting for your chats. Clear? Yeah. So the next part is, yeah, sure, man. I'll just show the practical application of an LMS or the LMS that we are using. Okay, we'll just see that. Yeah. So this is our own LMS. This is our own our company's LMS, a learning management system where we just post everything. We just post everything regarding each and every training that we are giving. Each and every training that we are giving. So I'll just pick something called as, yeah. So what do I pick? I'll pick Kids Java DSA. Yes, I'll just pick Java DSA and based, I'll just see what are the things that our interns have just put in. So we just put in something called as exam today or assessment on 7th January, which was like a month ago. So we don't we don't really just what do you say? We have all these questions, right? We have all these questions, and we don't check all the answers for the questions. AI agentic AI does that for us. The automatic proctoring of all these questions, automatic grading of all these questions is done by our agentic AI. We also host something called as coding rounds in this. Yes, we get results. We get results based on all of these. Yes, as you can just look at here, we get results of students and the marks that they have been awarded and the marks, the questions that they have attempted. We get everything. We get everything from an agentic AI. So that agentic AI is just built in the backend, built in the backend that we have. So this is the basic LMS that we have, and your colleges might be having multiple different sort of LMSs. Yes. So this is the LMS that we use, and yeah. So this is the LMS, or these are the things that an agentic AI could help us or could help in your LMS so that you can just put in things. If you see, we have got somewhere around 8 assignments over here, and my agent will just sum up everything for me, participants that I have and users. And let's say I'll pick assessment one. I'll just pick assessment one and then I'll just click on results. So I did not make out any of these results on my own. So all these grades, sorry, prerequisites, okay, results. Yep. So if you look at this, all these results, all this proctoring has been done based on AI. All these proctorings, all these proctorings have been done based on agentic AI that we have. Okay, so this is what AI agents could do for you. Okay, so do you have any more questions regarding things that I have heard, regarding the topics that I've covered? Do we have any more questions? If yes, just put in. So along with that, I'll just show how agentic AI is really helping in subjects. Yep, we have an application called as Subject GPT. Okay, we have an application called as Subject GPT. It's open source. We have multiple Subject GPTs, or let's say we'll stick to Gemini Subject GPT. Okay, I'll just open gemini.google.com. You can also check this along with me if you want. I'll just put in this in the chat. Just put this in the chat. So if you look at this, there are tools over here. There are multiple tools over here. Yes, and I'll just click on guided learning. That is here, the last option. So the deep research helps you to research things, helps you to research on a topic. Yes, and you can also choose the sources or resources that the agent has to do things from. Okay, the Gemini has to do things from. And let's say I give something called as explainable AI. Explainable AI. Yeah. So Gemini has started doing his work, generating research plan. It will just generate a plan that it is supposed to do. So if you can just see, yeah, to be the best answer of your request, I'm starting by constructing a comprehensive research plan. So this is a research plan. Firstly, the research websites are define. It will go and search in websites for definition of explainable AI. That is over here, and research its primary objectives such as transparency, accountability, building trust, and all of these things. And next, it starts categorizing things. So this is another use, or this is another practical example of where AI agents or things like research agents are being implemented. Yes. Now I'll just click on start research. I'll just click on start research. Firstly, I just gave an input of explainable AI. Second, I just started its research. It'll just start thinking. It'll just start thinking. We just chosen show thinking. Yeah. So this is how an AI agent would think. Yeah, I'm initiating a comprehensive investigation, bridging technical regulation gaps, and we'll just click on show browsed. It has researched 14 websites. The accept.org, the accept.org that we just talked yesterday, it is a place where multiple research papers are just there. And the sources that it is using is a research paper based site. Yes, it just does this on its own based on a simple input. A simple input. Yep. And next, this is for our research use and for our own, for our subject GPT or students use. We can just say to students, or we can just show students that there is this option called as guided learning. Click on guided learning. When we click on guided learning, I'll just give an input of what do you call? Let's say, yep, a learning agent. A learning agent. Learning agent is the input that I'll be giving. I just chose guided learning and learning agent is the input that I gave. So this starts, the agent starts giving me things like in the world of it will just give me a story of everything, story of what a learning agent is. And once it is done with the topic, three paras, a table, it will just ask me a question. Would you like to try and identify that component, or should we look at an example how they work together first? Yes. So it will just give me a follow-up question. I'll just give a follow-up answer. I would like to try. This would be my follow-up question. And based on the conversation, it will just frame questions based on me, the user, and it will just give you everything that you need. Yes. These are two examples of things like what? Things like agentic AI or AI in actual education. One is LMS, second is research, and third is guided learning, or what do you call? Not guided learning exactly. It is AI teaching assistants. Okay. So I've got a question from Pratap sir. Sir, what is the difference between agentic AI and perplexity? So, yeah, sir. To answer your question, perplexity. Perplexity is more like a search engine. So it's like a search engine. It's just like Chrome, but with AI agents or LLMs in it. Whenever you go to Perplexity, yeah, we'll go to Perplexity and I'll answer your question in the live. So if you can see, we have an option of choosing models. Okay, so we have an option of choosing models, and we can pick any LLM that we need. I'll just pick GPT 5.2. Yeah, it's asking me for money. So as we don't have Pro, I just pick on Gemini Flash at least. Fine. It won't let me choose the model because I'm on free plan. Yeah. So we have models. We have LLMs which are integrated into it, and it does something called as web scraping. Web scraping. So we'll see how web scraping works. Give me news on recent posts that are related to explainable or XAI. Yes, I'll just give an input of give me news that is related to XAI and perplexity. As the perplexity, it will just start searching. It will just start searching in the web. As I told, it is a search engine or a search agent. It will just web scrape everything from all of these websites and use the LLM model. Use the LLM model, any of these, and starts giving you answers like ChatGPT does. It is not really ChatGPT, but it is a search engine that answers like ChatGPT or that answers like an LLM. It uses LLM and it also uses live examples or live sources. Yeah. So that's the difference between agentic AI and perplexity. I hope I just answer your question, sir. So these are the hands-on things that we can use AI for, or so can students. They generally do it. They generally do it, even though they don't really show off everything or they don't really talk about things secretly. Every one of the student, uses this. Yes. So we'll just get back to the part called as smart systems or IoT applications. I won't take a lot of time on this because we all know about how IoT is being implemented. Like, let's say, we all know smart homes where if a person comes into a room, the light switch on, and if a person leaves the room, all the applications in the room, all the applications in the room, like let's say lights, fans, and everything, just switches off. Yes, we all know about smart homes. And we just talked about traffic management on the third day, on the third day or on the second day. Yeah. On either of the days, I just briefed you how traffic management works. Yes. And agriculture monitoring. So this is a topic that we have not talked about. So agriculture monitoring is another is an IoT system where we put in sensors into a farm. We put in sensors into a farm where those sensors would perceive everything. Like let's say, yep, we'll just look at this. Yep. All these sensors would perceive all the real-time data and give to something called as its own database. Yes, it will give everything to its own database. And from the database, we just start sending them into a edge device, an edge device which has AI agent in it, an edge device which has AI agent in it, which decides based on the live data what's happening and what is the decision that I'm supposed to take. So this is how agriculture monitoring is done. Based on live data, the edge device with agent in it just calculates or just thinks that this is better for this situation. I'll do this. So if there is no water in the farm for let's say for 3 or 4 hours, there is no water and the land is damn dry. In those cases, the edge device will do something called as leaving water or opening the water valve. So these are simple applications that agriculture monitoring can be done. And predictive maintenance is very simple. Let's say, let's say we all use electrical appliances. We have fridge, we have oven, we have something called as vacuum cleaner. We have everything in our places at our home. So when it comes to maintaining them, we fail. Sometimes we fail. So when it comes to a fridge, in my home, I've been having a fridge for like almost 7 years. Yeah, yeah, 7 years. And last year, our fridge has gone bad. It has gone bad because I did not look at it for long. Let's say I did not think about its maintenance. I did not think that it could just lose all the gas that it had, the coolant gas and sort of things that it has. And I did not know. And on a fine day, it stopped working. And it stopped working because it was not maintained. Let's say my fridge had agentic AI in it, and let's say a month before it broke down, that agent just told me that Harsha, your fridge is performing bad. Your fridge is performing bad. So by the end of this month or something like that, your fridge could go bad or it could just break down. Just get it inspected and get it repaired. If I got a text from an AI agent like this, I would have not left that fridge like that because I know fridge stores a lot of things that I need. It stores a lot of utilities that I need. So I don't want it to go bad. So there are multiple electronics or appliances like this that we need a lot, and we don't maintain them because we don't know when they could go bad. So if there could be an AI agent or agentic fridge or agentic vacuum cleaner, agentic something, which could just say that I'm going to go bad or I'm going to break down in a couple of weeks. Just get me inspected or get me treated. So if systems could do that, they could be called as smart systems. Yes, they could be called as smart systems. So for these, in order to convert normal images, or sorry, normal devices into smart systems, we inc- we include we include something called as IoT into it. And when I mean by IoT, I don't mean a general Arduino, ESP8266, ESP32. I don't mean this. I mean edge devices or edge computing devices. Yep. I hope I'm clear with this. If I'm clear with this, just give me a go ahead in the chat so that we'll move to the next topic. Just give me a go ahead. Waiting for your replies, guys. Just give me a go ahead and I'll move to industry and business applications.
Sir, I think they have understood. You can go ahead, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. So the next topic that we'll be covering, or the next topic that we'll be just talking, would be industry and business applications. So what are the applications of agents or agentic AI in industry and business? So the major problem that any company faces, the major problem that any company, any service-based company could face would be customer support. Yes, customer support are the people who stay in the office, who stay in the office for long hours. Let's say, let's say a student or an employee, an employee of Airtel has been sitting at his desk for the last 8 hours. And he has been attending multiple calls of multiple customers saying, I have this problem, my SIM is not working, my network is down, and I'm not able to receive calls, this and that. All these problems, they have been listening and they have been answering. And as humans, as we humans, we get tired. We get tired. Yes. So in order to just let that let an AI agent cover their job. So it is not eating their jobs again. We are not replacing them with agents. Let's say that person wants to take an hour break, a 1 hour break so that he's stressed a lot. He just wants to go out, have food for a while, have a walk and sort of things and come back. And customer support people don't really have that liberty. Don't really have that liberty. When it comes to what do you call? When it comes to MNC jobs, we do have that reality. We do have that facility of going out, chilling for a while. We have a game zone in our office. We have everything. Yeah. So customer support people don't have all those because their job is to sit there and just answer questions and solve queries. Yes, solve queries. So if there's this agent that could help them, it would be very helpful for them. So it is being implemented. It is being implemented at, let's say, as we speak, Microsoft. Microsoft is has implemented Copilot into their environment, which is able to answer customer questions based on chat right now. Yes, not based on voice input and output. It is answering based on chat. And Steam. Steam is a major game provider company. So even Steam has a customer support chat powered by an AI, obviously. So this is how customer support automation could help. And next, and the next one is fraud detection and risk analysis. We all know how fraud detection works. We all know how fraud is detected. We know the patterns that an agent would consider and just say that this is the fraud, this is happening. Just take, uh, just be precaution. Yeah, all these sort of things. So that's very common. Fraud detection is very common when it comes to AI agents and supply chain optimization. Whenever we teach, we teach students about applications of blockchain and automation, we teach something called as supply chain management. And supply chain management is a very hefty task. It's a very hefty task. So in order to make that task easier, let's say we put an AI agent which monitors the whole chain, and just looks at each and every chain, each and every node, and says that this node need help. Just come and solve this node. This node is bad, or this node is having some problems. Just go and solve that supply node. If it can do that, it will make the job of blockchain developers. It will make the job blockchain developers very easier, very easier. So that's how supply chain optimization or supply chain agents would work. Yeah. So next, autonomous workflow agents. So autonomous workflow agents applications. What are the applications of autonomous workflow agents? So a simple application or a live demo. Live demo was yesterday's session. So I'll also show you few examples. Sorry, I'll also show you few examples of autonomous workflow agents. Okay. So we'll get back to flowwise.com. Yes, yesterday's same thing. Yesterday's it's the same platform that we dealt with it. Yep. So let me just log in ASAP. Yep. I mean, so I'll just go and what was the topic that we were discussing? Autonomous workflow agents. So we'll just pick agent hands off, no problem. I'll just pick something that is related to our topic right now. Hmm, what is it? Yep, I could go for agents handoff. Yep. So if you look at this, you can just find all of these in marketplace. I'll just show you how I got here. So Flowwise, firstly, we'll get to Flowwise, and in Flowwise, you'll be landed into chat flows. Now, I want you to just browse yourself or click on marketplaces. Click on marketplaces. Yes, click on marketplaces. And in marketplaces, the second thing called as agents handoff, a customer support agent that can hand off tasks to different agents based on scenarios. Agents handoff. So we'll just look at this. We'll just look at this. Yeah. So once you visit this, I would rather provide this link to you people so that you can just get into this marketplace slash control A, control C, and in the chat. Yep, it's in the chat. Sorry, I guess I have to edit this. Delete. And yeah, you got the link in the chat. You can just navigate to here. You can just navigate to here and click on use template. Click on use template. And you have this whole thing in your own environment. Yep. That's the beauty of the agent, or that's the beauty of agentic AIs. So you can just get things and then use it in your own environment. I bought it from marketplace and I'm just using it in my own environment. Yes. So this is an example of letting an agent. If you look at this is an agent that we built yesterday, or an agent similar to that we built yesterday. What is the purpose of this agent? We can improve this by adding necessary tools for agents. Yeah, I'll just write the purpose of this agent. Handing off tasks to respective handing off tasks to respective agents. Yep. So what it'll do is whenever we start this, I need to set up this whole thing. So instead of wasting time in setting up, we'll just know how these things work. We have learned how to set up all these things. So we'll just see how these things works. Start, give a chat input, and this agent or this part of the agent will decide whether to send an input to this subagent or this subagent or this subagent. So based on its own thinking, it'll just send things. It'll just send 0, 1, 2, 3. It'll start choosing. So that's how autonomous workflow agents work. Yes. And next, we have case studies. We'll just quickly wrap up case studies. We'll just quickly wrap up case studies so that we don't waste or we don't spend a lot of time on these. Okay. So the case studies, firstly, they start with a problem and you have a solution for it. Staff overload. Yeah. So when it comes to hospital, yeah, I guess we just discussed about hospital assistants and their case studies. So this is just a visual representation of them. So the problem was overload and staff, where each nurse or each paramedic has to put a lot of time on their own. These people, patients. So what's the solution that we have? AI agent triage system, where sorry, the solution that we have is automated patient monitoring. For staff overload, we have a solution called as automated patient monitoring. And for delayed patient care, delayed patient care, we have something called as real-time decision support. Let's say a patient has been delayed for long, but he needs things like small Dolo 650 tablet, small paracetamol tablet. It could be done using real-time decision support. And the third problem would be inefficient resource allocation. So when there are more resources on a less important person, so those resources can be allocated optimally using AI agent triage system. Yeah. So these are the impacts. These are the impacts that our AI agent could create. One is reducing the wait time by 30%, reducing the wait time of patients by 30%, and triage accuracy. Triage accuracy is a sort of accuracy metric where it will just see the amount of accuracy that the agent is improving. That agent is improving so that patients are being attended based on the exact optimized resources. Yes, and there is high chance that there are enhancements or there is a better feedback from patients because they are satisfied. Yes, yes. I hope we are clear with the hospital case study. And we also talked about the engineering students AI tutor. So as the class size is large, uh, we as educators, we don't get much time to spend on each and every student. So that student can just ask questions to adaptive question generation AI agents or anything that needs to be attended. So what are the outcomes or what are the things that would help them? So, sorry, what are the outcomes out of the AI agents? The outcomes are 40% improvement in problem solving, and there would be more student engagement. Like the students don't really engage with us a lot because they are shy and they might think that, this is a very small question. Why should I ask, sir? They all just think about all these things. So, whenever this AI agent is introduced, student engagement would rapidly increase and faculty time. So faculty time could be drastically saved. Yeah. When it comes to just proctoring each and every paper, the time could be drastically saved. Yes. And the best part of using AI agents over here is multi-language support. Multi-language support. At my back when I used to pursue my research, I used to have friends who were from Nagaland, friends who were from Bangalore, friends who were from Kerala. So we all used to have something called as a language barrier. And our own professor, or he used to be a guy who's from Marathi background. Yes, we had problems of talking to each other. I mean, we generally talk in English, that's obvious. But when it comes to having connections, when it comes to having connections, we used to differ. We used to differ based on culture. But whenever AI agents come in, I can just talk in my own language to an AI agent, and it will understand my language and it will understand my slang, and will start just replying in that slang or in that language. So that's a very key metric that we have to consider when it comes to AI agents in education. Okay, so industry predictive maintenance. Uh, Before this case study, we just had a great example of just uh, an electric appliance talking to us. So how that could benefit us? The benefit that it could give is 45% reduction of downtime. So whenever that appliance is down, you might have a lot of problems, and that is decreased by 45%. And it would just save us 35% of our own income by maintaining it way before it's gone bad. And the lifespan of that appliance. lifespan of that appliance is increased drastically because you maintain it very regularly. Yes. So these are a few benefits that we get by adapting adapting AI agents or agentic AI into industries. Yep. Okay. So we just saw in the live demo, we just saw AI teaching assistant. Yes, this is an AI teaching assistant. And in the live demo, we just saw research paper summarizer or research topic summarizer. Yes. So I've got the output. I've got the output of the research paper. The explainable AI that we gave, it gave me a full-fledged research paper that I'd be needing. So I'll just share this in the chat so that you people can just look at how things are. What are the things that it gave me from a single word? From a single word. Yep. You have that link. You could just read out all these. You'll have access to my chat via that link. And decision making assistant. This is a decision making assistant that we just talked. Yep. Sorry. So the decision making assistant, I just closed it. I don't know why. So that's an example of decision making assistant. And the student projects that they could actually do is chatbot for campus services. So let's say you have a chatbot that knows everything about your campus, everything about your college campus, and it could help students in just navigating in the campus or knowing where your cabin is, knowing where the secretary's cabin is, where knowing where the HOD's cabin is. Let's say a first year student has a query regarding a department. He does not know where to go. The chatbot could help them. And there are multiple projects like this. I'll just share the PPT to you people, so you don't need to worry about all these. You can just read them out from the PPT. And research systems. What are the research things that we could use? So the research things or the research projects that we could actually do are multi-agent research systems. So including multiple agents together is a sort of research system that we could adapt to and build on our own. So, what could multi-agent collaboration help us in? So, it could help us in making better communication protocols. It would help us in making our task allocations easier because we have multiple agents working together. And because we have multiple agentic AIs collected together, we have something called as collective intelligence. Yes, yes. If you're clear with this, if we are clear with this, we'll just move to We'll just move to something called as integration into teaching and research. How do we integrate agentic AI into teaching and research? So when it comes to teaching, we have AI tutors and personalized LMS. This is a personalized LMS and auto evaluation that we just talked, the auto evaluation of proctoring exams and coding and lab assistance. So students generally use GPT if they don't know what the program is. Just instead of giving them the whole code, let's say we build an AI agent which gives students hints regarding a syntax. Let's say he just typed in int and he does not know what to type after that. You'll just say type in the variable name. You won't give int a is equals to 10. You won't give the whole snippet. Instead, you just give a hint. Our AI agent will just give a hint saying type in the variable name. He'll just give a name. So that's how coding and lab assistance would help. And when it comes to research integration, this is a live example of how research integrations could be done using agents. Yes. Which link, ma'am, again? Which link is not being opened? So in order to get to that Flowwise marketplace, you just need to log into Flowwise firstly. You just need to log into Flowwise firstly, and then in the left in the left nav bar that you have, click on marketplace. If that link is not available, just click on log into Flowwise and click on marketplace. And you have multiple pre-built agents that you can work on. Yes. So our last topic is future trends in AI. Yes. Our last topic is future trends in AI. So what could be the future trends that AI would actually indulge in? So the first thing is multi-agent ecosystem. So multiple agents talking to each other, connected to each other, just using their own sense to answer better. To answer better would be multi-agent ecosystem. And as we know, each agent has a specialized role. Perplexity is used for web scraping, Gemini is used for research, ChatGPT is used for general tasks. So these are specialized roles of any agent. So let's say all of these agents combine together, working together. This is a future enhancement that agentic AI could do, and human and AI collaboration. So when it comes to human and AI collaboration, it is quite possible when it comes to edutech. When it comes to edutech, it is quite possible. Yep. So, and also partnership in healthcare. So the case study that we just talked about. So that could be a human AI collaboration and industry. The industry applications that we just talked about, like an agent just talking to you, saying to you that this is important, that is important. So that's how these things could help humans to collaborate. And at last, we have ethical AI. So when it comes to ethics, AI-based ethics, we all need to know something. We all need to know something. We all need to know something called as we are supposed to use AI in an ethical way. Yeah, in an ethical way. AI could be used, or AI could be just used for misleading purposes. So it is being used for misleading purposes out there. But as teachers, as educators, we need to teach students that AI is a very powerful machine. AI is a very powerful machine, and as long as we use it for good, as long as we use it for education purpose, as long as we use it for research purpose, as long as we use it for fun, let's say just chatting with it, just chit chatting with it, that's all great. But we need to teach them, or we need to draw a line between this is ethical and this is not ethical. So whenever we teach about AI agents, we must make sure that we teach students that there is a line between ethical AI and using AI unethically. Make sure you do that. Yes. And yeah, thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Please drop them in the chat. I'll just put off my sharing. Yep. I'm just looking at the chat now, waiting for your queries. So you want, yeah, ma'am. So you want some agents for research. So I'll just put in few agents for research. Give me a second. I'll just put in the links. Yeah. So yes. So I've put a whole table of, I've put three examples, and it has, as far as I know, it has nine of them, not three. It has nine of them. And if you have any more doubts, or anything that you just want to discuss, or any feedback regarding how the sessions have gone, you can just type it in the chat. The PPT that I've used now, I'll be sending this PPT in a couple of minutes after the session is done. You'll get the PPT. And if you need anything else, like Neela ma'am has just asked for agents that could be used for research. And if you need anything else, just type it in the chat. I'll do the needy. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for just appreciating this session. And also, if you people, how many of you just have run that AI research agent that we just built yesterday? Uh, if you have run, just drop a yes in the chat. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So if you have run the AI agent that we built yesterday, just drop a yes so that we'll know that you people have just followed and did the task that you were supposed to do yesterday, and nothing much. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And also regarding the exam link, will you'll get the exam link or you'll get the things regarding exam in the FDP group. The FDP group, I guess we'll be sharing those things in the group. And as per the schedule, you're supposed to have exam tomorrow. So don't worry, uh, all the questions in the exam would be related to the topics that were discussed in the FTP and not from outside. So you don't need to worry. And if you have any more questions, I'll be here for the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes as long as you ask the questions. So please go on. Regarding the PPT, sir, I'll just send it as soon as the meet ends because I need to get out of Teams and then do those things.
So, any doubts? If you have any doubts, you can ask, sir, so that we can start the valedictory. I have shared the feedback link 3 to 4 times in the chat. You please check it out. Exam link will be given tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6:30, I'll share the exam link and you will have the time up to 10:30. We'll close the link by 10:30 sharp. In 5 minutes, we'll start the valedictory. If you have any doubts, you please ask, sir.
Yeah, so I've got a question. How is an AI agent different from a normal AI model? So, yeah, ma'am. So, as I just discussed in the session, an AI model needs an input, needs a prompt to start. It does not see around itself. It does not see around itself saying that this is a problem that is need to be solved. So let's say I have exam tomorrow. An AI agent does not know that I have an exam tomorrow sorry, an AI model does not know I have an exam tomorrow until unless I tell it to it explicitly saying I have to exam tomorrow, help me to study. It needs an input. But when it comes to an AI agent or agentic AI, it does not, I don't need to tell it. It will just perceive. It will just perceive everything based on its environment. Let's say in my laptop, in the laptop that I'm just taking the session right now, I have agentic AI in it. Let's say I have an agentic AI in it. I don't need to tell the agent that I'm just taking an FTP or attending a session. So it will just see that I'm talking and I'm answering questions and I'm displaying a PPT. It will make sure I won't be disturbed as long as I'm talking to you people. It will just put a DND mode in on my notifications. It will just put my phone if it is connected to that agent on silent so that everything goes smooth. And it will make sure I don't have any problems when it comes to integrating the whole operating system. So this is how an agentic AI would work. So that's the prime difference. Models don't have senses. Models don't perceive. But agents, they have sensors, they have perceives, they do something called as perception, and they act based on perception. So that's the prime difference between an AI model and an AI agent. I hope I answered your question now. Yeah. Thank you.
I request everyone to please switch on your cameras. Good evening, everyone. Coming to the valedictory. It is my great privilege to propose the vote of thanks for the successful faculty development program. On behalf of the organizing team, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speakers, Harsha sir, Naveen sir, and the resource persons for sharing their valuable knowledge, insights, and expertise. Your sessions have truly enriched us both academically and professionally, sir. I sincerely thank our management, principal, conveners, coordinators, and organizing committee members whose constant support and hard work made this FDP possible. Special appreciation goes to all faculty participants for their enthusiastic involvement and active participation throughout the program. Finally, thanks to everyone behind the scenes who contributed directly or indirectly to the smooth conduct of this event. We hope the knowledge gained here will inspire continued learning and innovation. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Sir Harsha sir is there. If you have any doubts, you can just ask him. Otherwise, we'll ask him to leave. Thank you so much.
Sir, we need,
Sir,
hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
good
Sir,
evening, sir.
actually,
Yeah.
all the sessions are very good. Actually, uh, we are a faculty, we are busy with some other works every day. Then we are unable to concentrate effectively to participate in this ABB, but we are following that, and we need materials, any material, and to entirely to get knowledge in
Yeah,
these
sir.
areas, sir, actually.
Uh, I'll make a clear document on each and every topic that was taught in this FTP, and I'll
Okay,
share it to Neelama by tomorrow, so that you people can
okay.
just have a look on it, so that you'll just have a grasp if you missed any topic.
Thank you, sir. We need materials as to mail as well as any textbooks, the best textbooks regarding in this area, actually.
Sure, sir. I'll
Thank you,
just
sir.
uh,
Thank you very
I'll
much.
just research and give you answers. Thank you, sir.
Very nice sessions. Actually, we are very much interested. So while listening about all the AI agents and robot, what is that? In yesterday, before yesterday also, one plan that is also good. Today also very good. We are happy, sir. We are happy. Uh, it is emerging area now, actually. Thank you,
Very
sir.
happy
Thank
to
you very
hear
much.
that you learned a lot and you just liked all the sessions, sir. I'm just very happy to hear it from you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, madam, for organizing conducting such a good event is very nice, and we
Thank you,
need
sir. Thank you very
these
much.
sessions.
Thank you, madam.
Actually, we need any offline if possible. Actually, they are not allowing to attend offline events. Actually, nowadays, all are in
Yes,
online
sir.
mostly. We will concentrate in offline. That is the only thing.
Sure, sir. Sir, we will
Thank you.
plan, sir.
Thank
We will
you.
plan accordingly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Share.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Adinarayana, sir. Dr. Adinarayana garu, if you want to talk, please, sir. Adinarayana, sir, our EC HOD, sir,
Madam,
is
it
here.
is different. It is a different topic, madam.
No
And it
problem, sir.
completely, it belongs to AI only. So in my core, I didn't have this much of knowledge. So that is why I am calm, madam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. So thank you,
Thank you,
everyone,
sir.
for
Thank you,
your
sir.
cooperation, for making this event successful. Hope we'll meet in new FDPs. So we'll plan FDP offline next time, and we'll invite Harsha sir to take offline classes so that we can have a clear vision of what he's talking actually.
I'll surely be available, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for your support, constant support with us from the beginning. Thank you so much, everyone. Tomorrow I'll send the exam link. So please make sure you to write the exam and complete it by time so that we can evaluate it. And after the exam, I would like to tell you one more thing. Your certificates will be given after 2 to 3 days, so that because we need some time to process. So please give us some time for the process of the certificate so that we can give it to you by Wednesday or Thursday. So please cooperate. Thank you so much and good night, everyone.
See you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
When
Good night.
when we will
Yes, sir.
expect that question will be shared, madam? Any
I
expected
can't
time,
hear you,
madam,
sir.
tomorrow?
Can you? I'll share the
Any
link by
specific
6 or
time?
6:30, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
By evening 6:30, I'll share the link, sir. Otherwise,
Noted,
if I
madam.
get the
Noted, noted.
if we have the data, I'll share before only.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so
5 to
much.
6 in the evening, 5 to 6 in between, I'll share the link, sir.
Noted, noted.
There is no need to join tomorrow. You can have the exam in your own in your home. So wherever it is possible, you can take the exam. So if
Thank you,
there are
madam.
no more
Noted.
doubts, can we leave?
Thank you, Asha sir.
Yeah, so welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you, Harsha sir. See you soon.
Welcome. Sure.